All right. Well, hello. So my name is Cassie Crisp. I am an enrollment counselor here at Pacific Oaks. Essentially, my job is to assist with the admissions process and connect with prospective and current students about the programs we offer and information about things such as tuition, funding options such as scholarships, and what the admissions process looks like, and kind of just assist them through the whole process until they become, once they become enrolled. We are Pacific Oaks College. We're located here in Pasadena, California, but we have on site and also online programs. Let's see. So my name is Cassie. And then also I have here with me Dr. Thomas Cobos, who is the executive director of our outreach. So kind of like the first thing to introduce Pacific Oaks as a college is we're very rooted in values, and our goal is to really inspire change within the students that attend Pacific Oaks. So we were founded on Quaker principles. We were founded by Quaker families back in the 40s, and our goal is to promote inclusive early childhood education. So we have four core values that are very important to us as a school. And it's something that you will see a lot, in both, in the admissions process as well as your time as a student. It kind of shines through in our courses as well. So our four core values are respect, diversity, social justice, and inclusion. And we kind of just like work really hard to ensure that that is being practiced within our courses, and your time here as a student. So a couple of, some information about Pacific Oaks. We offer different modalities for our programs. So we do have fully online asynchronous, which is classes that you do kind of on your own time. Of course, you'll have, deadlines and things like that. We also offer a hybrid option where you can take some courses on campus and then some online, as well as on campus available for some of our programs. Um, uh, Something that like a lot of our students like is the small class sizes. In your coursework, you will have kind of more attention, due to having a smaller class size. You'll get kind of more attention and care from your professors. Um, our school is really focused on trying to help working professionals in their educational career. So we have offer full-time and part-time programs and options. Depending on the student, some students may want a more full-time schedule, some may want part-time due to, having family and their job and everything like that. We have a year-round, admissions schedule. We do go through the year, fall, spring, and summer semesters. You'll have classes. So each semester is basically comprised of two sessions. For example, if you are an undergrad student and you're doing part-time schoolwork, that's typically two courses per semester. So the way that we do it is we divide it up. So instead of having to take both of the, courses at the same time, you'll take one course for the first 8 weeks and then one course for the second 8 weeks. And another wonderful thing about Pacific Oaks is we have a wonderful, group of our faculty. So the professors, they, still work in their industries, so they're able to provide, current and real world, experience within the classroom. Um, so I'll go over a couple of our, programs that we offer. So the first one is our Bachelor's of Early Childhood Education program. It is 121 credit hours to completion with a maximum allowable transfer credits of 60. Our next start date is going to be our fall 2 session, so it's going to be October 20th. Um, the modality that you can do this program is kind of mixed. So you can do online, hybrid, or on campus. And our coursework is really focused on reading and writing. So when it comes to testing, we don't really do have like midterm final exams, things like that. It's more focused on reading. And then when it comes to writing, it ranges from like discussion posts to short essays to longer form papers. So for some of the concentrations we offer, our students do have to select a concentration as a part of this program. The first concentration is trauma, and I will show you in a little bit what each concentration, like what some courses you can expect to take from each concentration. But we offer a trauma, and then we offer a STEAM concentration. So you may be familiar with STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. STEAM is just STEM with an added arts component. And then the next thing is going to be a general, just like a general, focus. So it kind of has a little bit of mix of everything. Some of the courses you can expect to take in this program are things such as creating an inclusive learning environment, social and emotional foundations in early childhood education, family violence and child abuse, and then play language and literacy. So you can kind of see in in the courses we offer how we kind of like to tie in our four core values into our courses. And then as a part of this program, you will have a field work requirement, which is kind of like an internship, and you'll kind of work in an early childhood education setting. Um, and that's for that. So this program doesn't include a teaching credential. So this is a just its own, program. But then we also offer. Oh, so these are going to be the courses that you take for your concentrations, just so you can kind of get an idea of what you can expect to learn, like what the difference is between each course or concentration. So, there's separation, deployment trauma, death, divorce, difficult times, immigration, parent incarceration. Those are the kind of things you'll learn in the trauma concentration. For STEAM, you'll learn more things about mathematics, robotics, and technology. And then for generalists, it does include a couple of different things. So, like death, divorce, difficult times from the trauma, as well as kind of things like children's literature. So for we have another early childhood education program that has the elementary education teaching credential with it. So when you like whenever you graduate from this program, you are recommended for a preliminary multiple subject teaching credential, which allows you to teach elementary school. Um, so this is 122 credits hours to completion, with 60 maximum allowable transfer credits. Like the other program, the next start date is going to be October 20th. This program as well is offered online, hybrid, and on campus. So you kind of have a choice of, different modalities. And also, for the most part, if you start with one modality and you're like, I'm on campus, but maybe I just think that, online is better for me. You can, work with an academic advisor to switch over to online. Um, so this program also offers the three concentrations. The main difference, between this and the other one is the teaching credentials. So you will be taking some courses for the preliminary multiple subject teaching credential as a part of your coursework. So things like the art of teaching science and English learner methodologies in a diverse classroom. Now, when it comes to the field work for this program, um, you will start your program or your kind of field work requirement with 75 hours of practicum, which is like observation in a California classroom. And then in your final semester of your program, you will start your student teaching. So your student teaching is typically full-time and unpaid, and you will basically be a student teacher teaching your own classroom in a California classroom, and that will be for the whole semester. And this is kind of to break down exactly, how many credits of each kind of specific kind of course you'll take. So, this program is 40 credits of, um, you know, general education, 55 of the early childhood education courses, and then 12 for your concentration, as well as 15 for your general elective. Now, we also, along with the early or the elementary school teaching credential, we also offer a program which is the Bachelor's of Early Childhood Education, and you will actually get a dual teaching credential. So, for this, you will, along with the elementary teaching credential, which is the preliminary multiple subject teaching credential, you'll also get a special education teaching credential. So this program, it's 131 credit hours to completion with a 46 maximum transferable credits. Now, for these programs, if you are looking to be a full-time student, and this is assuming you're coming in with 0 transfer credits, the program takes about 3 years and 1 semester to complete, for each of the programs. As well as the other programs. The next start date for this program is October 20th, so our fall 2 semester or fall 2 session. This program in particular is only offered online at this moment. And same with the others, the coursework is reading and writing focused. As well as, getting the dual teaching credential, you will also have the 3 concentrations that you can choose from. And, just like kind of a different, you'll take the same, some of the same courses as the elementary school teaching credential program, but you'll also take courses such as instructing students with mild to moderate support needs. So for the special education teaching credential, you will be prepared to work with students that have mild to moderate support needs. And then, as well as the elementary school teaching credential, you will have the 75 hours of required practicum. So, basically, sitting in a classroom and observing a teacher for 75 hours, and then you will have your student teaching in your final semester. And this is kind of how the special education teaching or the dual credential is broken down. So it'll, have your directed teaching credential and your general electives, concentrations, everything like that. Next, so for tuition, it is broken down into credit hour. So, per credit hour for general education and general elective courses, those are considered lower division. It's $400 per credit hour. And then for upper division, which is just going to be all of your core courses, such as your, teaching credential courses and things like that, it's $890 per credit hour. So when it comes to funding for your tuition or for your program, we offer a lot of institutional scholarships. So this is just a kind of a peek into the scholarships that we offer. So we have an educator scholarships that is $3,000. So this scholarship in particular is for people in a program that is getting a teaching credential. So specifically for the elementary and special education teaching credential. We also have a transfer student scholarship. So if you're a student transferring from a community college, this is a one for you. We also offer a community involvement scholarship. So this community involvement scholarship, it's basically for people who do things kind of, if they do kind of volunteer work or any kind of special involvement in their community. And we also have an opportunity scholarship that is up to $5,000, as well as the president's scholarship, which is kind of like a general scholarship that's for 2,000. So basically, all of our scholarships are they range from $1,000 to $5,000, and they're distributed amongst your first 2 semesters. So for example, if you get a $2,000 scholarship, you'll get 1,000 for your first semester and 1,000 towards your second semester. And after your second semester, we also offer, donor scholarships for students who already like enrolled into our school. So those are you can apply for a donor scholarship every year that you are a student. And then of course there's always, financial aid, so FAFSA, federal loans, and federal aid, as well as external scholarships as well. We do have a student finance coordinator at our school. Her name is Bernice. So she is there to assist students with the financial aid process and kind of understanding their options. Some of the resources that we offer for students, so we have a care office that kind of assists with students when it comes to tutoring. So we do offer tutoring for undergraduate students, and whether this is like writing or also, we offer course-specific tutoring as well. We offer career preparation, so like resume writing, interview skills, things like that. We also offer for the care center the disability support. So if you do need disability support for your classes, the care office is who you can work with. Our Student Success Center helps with kind of lending library. So we have a lending library, which is basically where you can submit this application to receive like the required textbooks that you need for the semester. So they'll lend the textbooks to you or laptops if you need a laptop. And then they also offer bilingual services, so in English and Spanish, to help with tutoring and things like that. And now, when it comes to the academic advisors, so basically, whenever you are a student, you will have a couple of different advisors. So the first will be your academic advisor, which is the person that helps you with, scheduling. They schedule your courses for you and make sure that you are taking the courses you need to graduate. You'll also have a faculty advisor, which is more focused on the program that you're in. So they become really kind of like a mentor to students to in case they need help in their courses or, just really anything that students need when it comes to their program. They kind of help guide the students with that. Oh, I think it disappeared. Oh, there it is. So, this is basically what the application process looks like. So, we are accepting applications today. The application, basically, you can go online and submit an application. In order to submit an application, you do not have to have you don't have to have all of your documents ready in order to submit an application. What happens is you submit the application and then you'll be taken to an application portal where you will, submit all of the required documents as you receive them or as you complete them. So we have a $55 application fee, but that will be waived for attending this today. And the required documents for this program, or for any of these programs, is a resume. So just an updated resume. We also call it a work and volunteer experience summary. The next is a personal statement, and I'd be more than happy to send you the personal statement prompt. It's just, there's a couple of things that we want you to address in your personal statement. The next is going to be official transcripts. So transcripts, if you have college transcripts, so you will order them. Basically, we can make an admissions decision based off of unofficial transcripts if you have them on hand. However, we will eventually need official transcripts, but the transcripts you kind of just order typically through a website called Parchment, and I'd be more than happy to, assist you with, where and how to order your official transcripts. And then finally, an ID verification, which is basically just submitting a copy of an ID, so like a driver's license or a passport. And then once you submit all of these documents, you should receive an admissions decision within about 5 to 7 business days. Um, Does anybody have any questions for me?
Sir, if you have any questions, you can always write them in the chat as well.
And no worries, if you don't have any questions right now, this is the QR code to, set up a meeting with me. So if you would like to learn more, or go into any more, details or have questions that you would like to ask me, definitely feel free to scan this, or my email is set up there as well, and I'd be happy to help with you.
So Cassie, will you be sharing this PowerPoint to Emily? So,
Absolutely. Yeah,
okay, all right.
absolutely. I'd be happy to.
And also, I just want to get a clarification. So your
Sure.
BA for early childhood and this other one with the special education,
Hmm.
that's equivalent to like an integrated program, right? At the CSUs, right? So where you can actually take your BA and
Hmm.
credential at the same time.
Correct. Yeah. So
Awesome.
when you graduate, yeah. So basically when you graduate, you'll graduate with your bachelor's and then you'll be recommended for the teaching credential.
Okay.
Yeah.
And lastly, the scholarships,
Yeah.
are those scholarships based on income, or no?
No, they oh, thank you so much for asking. I'm so sorry, I forgot to bring it up. So they actually are first come, first serve. So the only really requirement is that you have to have a FAFSA application on file for in order for us to connect kind of your scholarship with some, with an account. But they are first come, first serve. So that's why I always recommend to students to, as soon as you apply and if you're accepted into the program to submit your FAFSA and your scholarship application as soon as possible just so we can have it in. But yeah, besides that, it's based off of, or like a president scholarship is a scholarship that any student, whether they're masters, bachelors, no matter what program they're in, they can apply for.
Wonderful.
Yeah. And Bernice is a wonderful our student finance coordinator. Like, because I know that sometimes financial aid, especially like the FAFSA application, can be kind of confusing and it's just a lot to process. So, Bernice is a great resource that we offer to if you need help walking through the, application or if you have questions about the application. And then, as an enrollment counselor, to the best of my ability of what, I'm trained. I also do my best to help, ensure students and try to help them if they have any questions about the process or if they, need updates or something on their status. That's something I help with as well.
I have a question. So, from my understanding, you get the for special needs and your credentials as well. So it would be
Yes.
multiple.
Yeah, so you would get basically whenever you graduate, you will have the dual credential, which is the preliminary multiple subject teaching credential, which is like elementary. It's I believe it's technically for kindergarten through eighth, but once you get into like middle school, they more have like single subject teachers. So essentially like kindergarten through fifth grade. And then will also have the special education teaching credential, which is the preliminary education specialist instruction credential is technically what it's called. So you'll graduate with the dual credential of both.
Okay, thank you. And are we
Mhm.
gonna get this presentation just because I want to review it a little bit on my own?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I'd be more than happy to send it to you as well as, my information. Do we have a way to have Sarah's email?
Yeah, so go ahead and drop your email in the chat, and then Cassie will send you forward the presentation to you.
Yeah, I'd be more than happy. And then I'll include my uh, uh, a link to set up a meeting if you would like to discuss more about it, go into detail, or just I can go over any questions that you might have about it.
Yeah, I highly recommend Sarah to reach out to Cassie. It's like having a one-on-one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
it takes all of the guesswork out of it, and then at
Yeah.
least bare minimum you have a plan, and I think that really helps out when you have a plan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. I still have a lot of questions, but I
Sure.
want to go through everything to make sure that what I'm asking correlates with what I'm seeing.
Of course.
Yeah,
I
absolutely,
think
absolutely.
one of the things we also want to mention, and we hadn't yet, but was that we have developed. My job is to develop relationships with the school districts in Southern California, and
Mhm.
so in that, nobody can really ever promise you a job, but I can tell you this: that if you're interested in moving on into a teaching position, that I have quite a few contacts that I can introduce you to that will help to take some of that. They can help to guide you. They have a lot of programs where they help to in your professional development. Now, obviously, you'll have to have your degree, right, and to start. But they have a lot of the professional development after that. They have grants that will help to pay for that. So it's good to know that you're getting into a field where they're going to help to develop you throughout your tenure there.
Oh, that's amazing. I truly appreciate that offer. I also wanted to ask you because you said they said it's 75 hours of teaching that I have to do. Would that be something that the college arranges with us, or do we go seek out
Great
those
question. So
opportunities?
that's one great question. That's a wonderful question. So the way we do it is when we have our academic team that creates a offsite teacher training, and what they do is they align themselves with the different districts, and then you can do that teaching there, your student teaching there. Well, and hope this is what we're hoping for. You might even be partnered with that particular school district and hired by that school district. So what they want to do, the school districts have really, when we engage with them, they've told us, look, we want people that are really serious about teaching and that we feel they're committed, and we can then help support their development and growth. If you can help to connect us to those students that are serious about that, we would love to do that. So that's really what we want to hear.
And we have, I'm not sure if you're located in LA County, but we have, schools that we work with all across California as well.
Oh, I'm local. I'm here in
Oh,
Pico
awesome.
Rivera,
Oh,
so you
nice.
guys are not that far from me. That's what really enticed me to come into this meeting because I am a mom. I'm a single parent, so I have to make sure I'm able to get my kids to school and get to work and class and all that on time. Because I really like to be on time for a lot of
Yeah.
my things.
Well, that's a good characteristic. So trust me,
Yeah.
I think that's wonderful. Yes,
Yeah, I love that.
you have all your resident expert is Cassie. Cassie will help you walk you through, help you to make those connections, and then once you're actually the student, then at that time, once you're going through classes, there'll be a time frame where we will start to help to reach out to the different school districts to help find those school districts that you can align yourself with to get
Yeah.
your teaching hours in.
Yeah, because it's definitely a process that we help with. It's not like all of a sudden one day you're like, oh, I'm supposed to be in my student teaching. We
Yeah.
we make sure that our students are prepared and in their placements and ready to go.
Okay. Another question, is
Mhm.
it a big classrooms that we're in, or is it a more of a smaller setting? How is the campus like?
Yeah, no, so your classes, whether prefer to do the program online or on campus, they're going to be small classroom settings. So I would say probably no more than like 12 students at a time, and 12 to 15. And so yeah, you would definitely be in a smaller setting, which helps you not only, I mean, you can definitely, I think it takes less pressure off of connecting with your classmates, because that's something that we also, encourages to connect with your classmates, because it's going to school, especially most people are like you where they're parents and they work and things like that, so having that kind of support not only from the school but also your classmates is really important. And yeah, and also the professors are there, especially like our education faculty they're really wonderful people, so you're definitely in good hands.
Okay, thank you so much for answering my question.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Did you have any other questions for us?
Not that I could think of right now.
Okay, no worries, no worries.
But if I do, I'll reach out to you guys because I'm still a little lost with the transfer and all that information, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, no, and I'd be happy to walk you through like any step of the process, and even just like kind of what that looks like. So I'll be sending you an email today, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Take care, Sarah. Thank you for attending.
Thank
All right.
you.
You guys have a good day.
Yes,
Take care.
You
You
take
as
care.
well.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right, bye.
Bye.